Lisa, what a week it's been for you. You've had a bit of time to reflect on what happened a week ago. You became a 2024 Women's Betfred Super League winner with York Valkyrie.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I think I've not stopped talking about it, to be honest, to everyone who will listen. It's quite sad going back to reality, like going back to uni, but just excited for next year now, next season, hopefully go again.
I think it's always interesting to hear from different people in interviews about how they obviously got into rugby league, but am I right in believing that you haven't been playing rugby league for that long?
Yeah, I think I started when Sheffield Eagles probably started up, really. Like before then I played for Dewsbury a little bit, like in during COVID, like before then, so it was a little bit of a not really consistent season, but yeah, before then I was playing football from when I was like 8 till 18, but I don't know, just fancied a change.
We'll get on to your time with York in a second, but I just want to start by obviously getting you to reflect on the season that you've had at the start of the year with the Eagles. First game of the season was ironically against York Valkyrie in the Challenge Cup, and then obviously you helped them reach the North Championship Grand Final.
Yeah, they've done amazing this year, I think because obviously last year we didn't know if we were gonna stay up in the Championship, and then obviously to make like the playoffs is absolutely amazing. And even like to be in the Challenge Cup playing against such amazing, like I can't believe at the beginning of the season I was like, oh my god, I'm playing against these like girls that play for England. I always looked up to them, and now I'm actually playing with them is mental. I can't believe it.
Obviously there's been a link established between both York and Sheffield all season. Players playing for both teams. For the likes of players coming to Sheffield, how beneficial has it been them for their game time? Oh
yeah, I think it's been really beneficial for them as well, actually. Like obviously getting them game time in like it's a really good standard as well, so I think it's been beneficial for both teams, obviously giving the under-19s more of a chance, and I think that obviously then allows Lindsay to see these players as well, like Lauren, Izzy, T, Chev, they've all done like amazing with Sheffield, so yeah, and obviously it's helped Sheffield out as well because it's given us some really good players.
It's on to York. When did you first hear that you'd be selected for York and go and play for them?
I think it was before the Wigan game, the first Wigan game. That was, yeah, I think that was the first game. It was, yeah, I was very shocked, to be honest, because obviously we did the pre-season with them, and I thought, oh, this is really good, but I don't think I'm at this level. Like I felt quite out of my depth with it. And then I think later on in the season we were like, I think they had a bit of a gap in their games, so some of us went back and did some more training, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, like such a good experience, but I didn't think I'd have the opportunity to actually play this year. I thought, oh, maybe next year I'll get the chance. And then to have my first game against Wigan, who are obviously like a top 4 team, I thought, oh my god, like, are you sure? But yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That Wigan game, you came off the bench, similar in the St Helens defeat, but then the last 7 games of the season you featured left centre. How did you find that position change? Oh yeah, it was definitely difficult to begin with, but I think obviously like all the girls are just so supportive. Like I actually couldn't believe it because I was getting really frustrated at times, like why can't I run these right lines? Obviously it's a jump coming from like a Championship team to like not just a Super League team but York, like that is insane. And then obviously like coming into a position that I've not really played before, but I couldn't really thank like the coaches and the girls enough really for being so supportive. Like just every time I'd get frustrated they were like, it's fine, you need to be more confident. Like they're just the nicest group of girls really. You talk about the players, you talk about the coaching staff. Obviously York are now back to back Super League winning titles that they've got under the belt, and what's it been like to work under Lindsay Anfield this season?
Oh yeah, it's been amazing. She's like such a good coach. Like I think everyone looks up to her so much. Like she's just another level of like I think everyone just respects her so much, and like I think what she's done for the girls this year as well, like after everything, like all the injuries that everyone's had, and like I bet she's had quite a lot of like tough decisions to make, like, but yeah, she's amazing.
And on a playing level, you've played along, as you mentioned, Tara, Ebony Partington, for example, current Woman of Steel, Georgie Hetherington. What's it been like, them experiences?
Yeah, well, obviously, like at the start, I was like starstruck coming into training with these people, but I think after training with them for a bit, they're just so like down to earth, and like they're just like anything you want, they'll be there to sort of help you out or do whatever. They're so generous with their time to just be like, oh, do you want to help practicing this? Or like even with Tara, with Izzy, like practicing with kicking and stuff, she's just like, she's very generous with the time.
Moving on to the grand final experience for yourself, just exactly how much preparation went into that, and was it any different to any other game?
Well, obviously it's like the biggest game, so obviously it's a bit different to the other ones. I think we had a 2-week gap from the semis to the grand final, so a bit more preparation. It was a lot of like review of what Saints had, so yeah, again like Lindsay preparing us so well to, like for what we were going to be up for, but yeah, like focusing on recovery. I think the main thing for me personally was like my mentality going into the game, because obviously it's like obviously the biggest game I'll have ever played, but I think like obviously Lindsay saying, oh, there'll be cameras everywhere, like prepare yourself for that, and like all the other little things that you don't really think of, like the media and all that stuff. So I think yeah, the preparation in that sense was a big mental game, I think.
In the game itself, just tell us about it. Obviously you got the win in the end, and obviously a chance to play in front of over 4,000 people, which must have been another great afternoon. Yeah, that was insane. I think it was a record crowd, was it? Yeah, so that was insane. I did not think at the start of the season I'd be playing against that many, like playing in front of that many people, sorry. But yeah, I think it's obviously like a credit to where the women's game has gone in the last few years, like, and I'm just very privileged that I'm a part of it now. Like at the start of the season I didn't even think I'd make it into the Super League, and now I'm playing like in front of that many people. It's insane. Now you've obviously had a chance to experience playing in the Super League. How have you found that step up, and just in your opinion, how big of a step is it between the Championship and Super League?
Yeah, I do think it is quite a big jump, obviously. We were really privileged with Sheffield actually to like be able to play in a stadium, the OLP, but I think obviously going into the Super League, there's like you're playing at a stadium like pretty much every week. Like it is a massive jump. I think like even at training, just like the intensity of everything is just like I absolutely love it really. But yeah, I think Sheffield Eagles, obviously that's my only experience in the Championship, but I think that obviously that how they train and the coaching standards is really, really good. Like they put a lot of effort into that, but I think yeah, the jump from Super League to Championship is quite a big one.
Finally, Lisa, what would your advice be to any young girls aspiring to either be you or achieve obviously what you've done this last weekend?
Yeah, I'd just say to just go for it. Like I didn't think I'd be where I am now, even a year ago. So, and I think where the women's game's going, obviously, like young girls are at a perfect opportunity to just give it a go. Like you'll make so many friends along the way as well. Like I think joining a rugby team is like having another family really. Yeah, just work hard and just go for it.